Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about letter H. And yeah, we're also going to be trying this maple glazed donut flavored bar. So letter H, he could like the numbers, symbols, and like the numbers, symbols, and letters all were with each other and liked each other and they were all friends. And then letter H, he came to power. He's a very bad dude. He did bad things. And yeah, and so letter A, he wanted to be the leader of like the letter nation, and letter H usurped him and then became president. And letter A was warning all the other number letters, you know, and like the symbols work for either usually. So the symbols, numbers, and letters all have their own kingdoms. But the symbols will work for whoever. They'll work for numbers, they'll work for letters. They're not, you know, like letter A was the first letter, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. And so it's weird how letter H just comes in and like removes the whole alphabet like line lineage, right? And just says, oh, I'm like the leader now. I'm letter H. What? Letter H just a curveball out of nowhere, and he's like, oh, I'm letter H. And so he can affect like stuff in like the different timeline, things like some universe stuff that I have. He can affect that, and he can also affect other stuff. And he caused even like a few wars in like the real world and whatnot, and like he's not a good guy. So I say like like, the whole like you keep like don't don't flap your tongue, don't say anything towards letter H. If you see like something that looks like it's like an arch and it looks like or like it looks like it's like like a letter H, you gotta run. If you see a building that looks like, it's an H or anything that almost looks like it's about to be like lowercase h or uppercase H, run away. Go. Go anywhere else, right? Like do a question mark would have did and I mean don't do what he did. Sorry. Don't do what he did because he questioned and he started questioning everything and then letter H just like evaporated him into like acid and he became like now he can question stuff as a ghost, right? As like you know, a, a roaming entity now. So don't do what he did, and don't do that, okay? So and like yeah, it's very deep and like there's a bunch of like primeval beings who kind of rule over like the second dimension or something. It's complicated, and and like letter H, he's a bad guy. Stay away from him. Don't talk with him. He's evil. And like yeah, once he was a lowercase letter, he was brought up by his fellow like parents who were both letter H's, right? And like letter H, he grew from lowercase hood to uppercase hood in like a few like maybe like a few years, maybe like 3 years, but like letter span is like it's later letters become uppercase way easier. It's not the same as like human like nor is it like with anything like evolution. There's no evolution that goes towards a number, right? Or I mean letter or number, right? I mean numbers get bigger, but again, that's regardless of that, letter H, he founded the kingdom and like, everything like or he didn't found the letter kingdom. What am I talking about? And yeah, he's just he's an evil guy, you know. And then there's like Neck Meep, he's actually now getting into him, opening up a whole nother can of worms, technically. Just kidding. Not a whole nother can of worms. And he's mostly the same, actually. Because Neck Meep is actually like a new version of an old like being. He was basically he is a meep, he takes the form of a meep who has like his like neck is like severely like, floppy and like it's longer. Like he has like an elongated neck and he constantly has neck pain. And so that's like kind of that's like I kind of that's his lore. And he's basically like he has neck problems. He's like and basically he'll give people neck problems. He'll give them like he'll basically curse them with like eternal neck problems. Right? If you're like, a human, if anybody, he'll give you like he'll give like letter Y, he could give him elongated Y and like then he be like his like the Y like the V part of him kind of it becomes elongated and then he's all like oh because he has like constant neck pain and it's like help me please we're like well I mean well letters don't speak so why he couldn't speak and like he doesn't have a mouth. He can't really say, "Oh no, help me" or something. He can't. But so like Neck Meep and Letter H are both like evil kind of beings, and they're pretty evil. And yeah, and Letter H, he'll basically stalk his victims and like give them cryptic like you'll get cryptic drawings at first which aren't delivered directly to like by him. It's they're just random drawings of letter of not letter H, no neck meep, and then he'll basically like haunt you for a while, and then that's not the real haunting. The real haunting happens like a few days later, and then all of a sudden you wake up and neck pain. It's either neck pain or it's like elongated neck. The elongated neck comes later is like further torture, right? Which is like in the span of a few days. Like the neck pain is like part of his like subjugation of you, and then later he will give you, an elongated neck like a giraffe. Like basically he'll add like two extra like Lego pieces onto like let's say like a giraffe, right? And like make it this neck super long so that it dangles downward and just breaks off kind of like a falling over building or like falling over rock, right? So he will add like extra steps. He will create, he'll make you try to make your neck longer than, I don't know, the Leaning Tower of Pisa or any of those long buildings. I don't know, like the Burj Khalifa or whatever, those big buildings. I don't know, bro. But basically, that's what he's that's what he's kind of trying to do to you. So that's like kind of I was just gonna, lore breakdown of those two like figures of those two like individuals. So yeah, thank you for watching and goodbye. I guess I'd rate this bar a 10 out of 10. It's actually a very good glazed donut bar. Thank you guys for watching and uh, goodbye.